Dude, what's happening? You are now tuned in, Ear to the Streets, March 8th. Let's get to it. We're back talking about Jay again after it's reported that Square bought a majority stake in Tidal for almost 300 M's. Now, to put this in perspective, we'll talk about the money side, and then we'll talk about what it means going forward for both Tidal and Square. In 2015, Jay bought Tidal for 56 M's, and at the time, it seemed like they could make a little noise in the music streaming game. They had the greatest rapper of all time, they had A-list musicians as co-owners, and it had positioned itself as the culture's music service. Matter of fact, let's rewind it back to this Jay freestyle from 2015.
I don't take no checks, I take my respect. Pharrell even told me go with the safest bet. Jimmy Iovine offered a safety net. Google dangle round a crazy check. I feel like YouTube is the biggest culprit. The niggas pay you a tip for what you're supposed to get. You know I came in this game independent, right? Tidal, my own label, same difference. Oh, niggas are skeptical when it's their own shit. You bought 9 iPhones and Steve Jobs was rich. Phil Knight's worth trillions, you still bought those kicks. Spotify's 9 billion, they ain't say shit. Lucy, you got some explaining to do. The only one they hating on look the same as you.
Jay was talking to both artists and fans. Tidal's value proposition was for artists, we'll pay you more bread, and for the fans, we'll give you a better listening experience, and it's a chance for you to support Black-owned. The problem is, it did very little to help Tidal, and at the end of 2020, they only had about 5% of the market share compared to 35% for Spotify and 20% for Apple Music. So this Jay and Jack Dorsey partnership is basically one of those, fuck it, we might as well try something things, especially considering the rough ride Tidal's been for Jay. He bought Tidal in 2015, and a year later, he sued the previous owners for 15 M's, saying they lied to him about how many subscribers the platform actually had. A year later, Jay sold 33% of Tidal to Sprint because the company was down bad and was strapped for cash. Hell, him and Ye even fell out over some Tidal business, and Ye said they owed him 3 M's plus a bonus for bringing over 1.5 million subscribers to the platform. So yeah, at this point, you might as well try something. Jack Dorsey is known for being the CEO of Twitter, but he's also the CEO of Square, and that's where 85% of his net worth is, which might explain why he treats Twitter like an afterthought. He be treating Twitter like y'all do y'all jobs. Now, it's realistically too late for Tidal to make any noise in the streaming game, so this deal isn't so much about that as it is about Square getting into the music game. For Square, this makes sense for 3 reasons in my opinion. Of course, there's a lot of money involved in the music game, but more importantly, there's a lot of exchanging of money and a lot of different cash flows. And that's where Square expertise comes in. After all, their whole brand is about making buying, selling, and exchanging money as easy as possible. One of the less obvious reasons is that Square can help simplify a generally unorganized touring industry. See, when big artists tour, the labels handle the venue and the merch and the payroll, etc., etc. But smaller and independent artists don't have this luxury. Just like Square is becoming a one-stop shop for small businesses, they can do the same thing for artists. And lastly, at the end of the day, 297 M's may sound like a lot, but consider the fact that Square has $3 billion in cash and their share price has more than doubled over the past year. So all things considered, that's not a lot of money to get Jay-Z on your board of directors and a bunch of A-list musicians who own part of Tidal and now Square to encourage people to use the product. It's kind of a small fee to get your foot in the music game if you ask me. I'm gonna keep my ear to the streets and see y'all tomorrow.